The conjurer took revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show by making him lose his speed and agility. They neither bother about the railway timetables nor ask the railway officials for advice. It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself if today were the last day of my life. I spoke to him yesterday. I spoke to him yesterday. Hello everyone. Myself B. Shabarani, Assistant Professor in English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence in MYSURU. Once again, I welcome you all to my session 2 for first sem BCom English, that is discussion of the question paper pattern for semester scheme, that is SEP. In the previous session, I discussed about the first semester BCom examination November-December 2024 question paper, and I explained in detail the pattern of question paper, and I completed question number 1, that is the annotations from the poem part, that is from poetry. As well, I explained about the essay type of questions from the poem part, that is from poetry. As well, I explained about question number 3 of the question paper, that is answer 10 of the following in a word, phrase or a sentence each from the short stories and essays. In today's session, I'll be continuing the question paper, that is from question number 4. So in today's session, I'll be continuing the same discussion of the model paper of November-December 2024 from question number 4. That is answer one of the following in about a page and a half, which is from the short stories. As well, question number 5, that is answer one of the following in about a page and a half, that is from essays. From essays. Then question number 6 onwards, that is the language component. First language component is the punctuation I'll be discussing. Question number 7, I'll be discussing about fill in the blanks with appropriate articles. Then question number 8, that is fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions for 5 marks. Question number 9, that is choose the correct form of verb given in the brackets. So in the previous session, I explained from question number 1 to 3, and in today's session, I'll be explaining from question number 4 to 9. Let me explain that from question number 6 to 9 is the language component. So let me start with the question number 4 of the November-December 2024 question paper. Question number 4, which is for 10 marks, which is from the short stories, answer one of the following in about a page and a half. Question number A, how did the conjurer take his revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show? So what will be the answer for this particular question, which is for 10 marks? I'm going to explain. The conjurer, answer for that particular question, the conjurer took revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show by making him lose his speed and agility. So quick man was a person from the audience who used to respond very quickly and try to spoil the show, the magic show of this experienced conjurer. So the conjurer wanted to take revenge on this quick man. So the conjurer, how did he take revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show? The conjurer took revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show by making him lose his speed and agility. How did he spoiling the show? So the quick man, why did the conjurer take revenge on the quick man, because he spoiled the show. How did the quick man spoil the show? The quick man, who was seated in the front row, made comments that spoiled the show. He whispered that the conjurer had the things he was producing secretly hidden under his dress. So, for every now and then, the quick man was telling that he had it up in his sleeves and he wanted to misguide the audience of the show. So, that was the reason why he wanted to take a revenge on the quick man. Then, why did the conjurer take revenge? The conjurer asked the quick man for his. So, how did the conjurer take revenge against this quick man? The conjurer asked the quick man for his gold watch, handkerchief, collar, and spectacles. With the quick man's permission, the conjurer smashed all of these items with a sledgehammer in the name of a Japanese trick. Then, at the end, the conjurer took revenge on the quick man. The conjurer announced that the show was over and the audience left feeling thrilled. The quick man was unable to speak. So that is how he spoiled all the things of the quick man, like his gold watch, handkerchief, collar, and spectacles. He smashed all these items with a sledgehammer in the name of a Japanese trick. So this is what you will have to write for the essay type questions that is asked for question number 4. Moving on to the question number B, which is for 10 marks. A and B had to answer any one. How does the astrologer trick the stranger in an astrologer's day? But before you write an essay type of questions, so how did the conjurer take his revenge on the quick man for spoiling his show? You can start the answer with an introduction, the body of the content, as well the conclusion. So you can write, like for example, you can start it with an introduction, like The Conjurer's Revenge is a short story written by Stephen Leacock. Then you can start like the conjurer wanted to take revenge on the quick man for spoiling the show. You can start like that. Then you can write what was the reason for the conjurer to take revenge, because the conjurer was spoiling the show. So how did he take revenge? He took revenge by smashing all his personal belongings. So that end you can write it as the conclusion. So this is how you have to write for an essay type of question. So first, very important is you divide the whole of your essay type questions into 3 parts. That is the introduction, the body, as well the conclusion. So whatever content of the story is there, that you have to write it in the body part of the answer. So if you write like that, I think definitely you will not miss out getting good marks for the essay type of question. So kindly bear in mind, whenever you start an essay type of question where you have to write for a page and a half, at that point of time, you please concentrate on the writing of your answer, the quality of writing of your answer, and divide the whole answer into 3 parts. That is the introduction, the content, as well the conclusion. Moving on to question, the same you have to follow for this also, because it is also an essay type. So whichever question you choose from that particular part of question, that is the main question 4, you have to maintain the same 3 very important things while writing an essay type of question. That is the introduction, the content, that is the body of, and the conclusion. So how does the astrologer trick the stranger in an astrologer's day? So this is also for 10 marks. That is, it's a choice question. So how does the astrologer trick the stranger in an astrologer's day? So answer for this question, as we all know, that an astrologer's day is written by R.K. Narayan. R.K. Narayan. So you can write that. This is a very wonderful story called An Astrologer's Day, written by R.K. Narayan. Then you can start. The astrologer then catches a glimpse of Nayak's face, previously shrouded in darkness, in the light of the match. Nayak has struck under his cheroot, and though at first chilled by the sight, decides to play out Nayak's game. The astrologer tells him that he was once left for dead by another man who had attacked him with a knife. Nayak, astonished, bares his chest to show the scar and wants to know if his assailant is alive. The astrologer, addressing him by name, to his further surprise, adds that his assailant is now dead and that he, Guru Nayak, should go back to his village and live out his life peacefully. To placate the still angry Nayak, means placate means to sympathize the still angry Nayak. He wanted to appease the angry Nayak, who demands to know if the assailant met the kind of death he deserved. The astrologer replies that he was crushed under a lorry, that is truck. Nayak pays him the fee and hurriedly departs. This is the way the astrologer tricks the man he had thought he had died long ago. So this is the important points or content of the story has to be written here. How did the astrologer trick Guru Nayak? So that is how you have to write the answer for this particular question. So let me move on to question number 5, which is again a 10-mark question. As I already said, this is from the essays. Question number 4 is from short stories. Question number 5 is from essays. So this is also a essay type of question where you have to write about a page and a half, which is for 10 marks. So write on Priestley's caricatures of different travelers. Caricatures means images or drawings of different travelers. So answer. Actually, this is an essay written by, you have to write essay written by this J.B. Priestley. So, Travel by Train is written by J.B. Priestley. Priestley's caricatures of different travelers are the Middle Ages women. He describes her. So, what are the different people he comes across while traveling in a train? The Middle Ages women, that is, he describes her as a person with a rough voice and a face of brass. Brass means very rough face. You can call it as a rough face. She loves to invade smoking compartments that are already filled with a quiet company of smokers. She is always accompanied by her dog. So what was the first caricature the Priestley comes across? The middle-aged women. Second, the heavy carrier. There are some passengers who carry all their odd chattels, means personal belongings. Chattels means personal belongings and household utensils and parcel them up in brown paper. They also carry baskets of fruits and bunches of flowers to add to their own and other people's misery. Third, the non-stop eaters. He describes the non-stop eaters. Once they settle in their seats, they pass each other tattered sandwiches and mouthful scraps of pastry, talking with their mouths full and scattering crumbs over the trousers of fastidious old gentlemen. Fastidious means like very systematic, disciplined old gentlemen. The non-stop, then comes the noisy children. 4. Children's behavior in the train is often troublesome. Some children don't make good traveling companions. Throughout a journey, they will spend all their time daubing their faces, means covering their faces with chocolate or trying to climb out of the window. Then comes the cranks, means one who behaves very differently. The cranks will always insist on opening the windows in the trains on the bleakest days, but in the hot season, they don't allow a window to be opened. 6th one, the innocent people. These are the ones who always find themselves in the wrong train. They neither bother about the railway timetables nor ask the railway officials for advice. They get into the train that comes first. In the midst of the journey, they inquire whether they are on the right train or not. The writer has often wondered whether these people will ever reach their destination. So, these are the different type of caricatures that Priestley comes across in his essay, Travel by Train. The mighty sleeper, 7. He envies the mighty sleepers once they settle in their seats. They sleep in a moment. 2 minutes or so from their destination, they wake up, collect their baggage and go out. Priestley calls them descendants of the 7 sleepers of Ephesus. Next comes the seafaring men. Seafaring means sailors. These men are good companions on a railway journey. They are always ready for a pipe and a crack with any man. They talk entertainingly. Next, 9. The confidential strangers. They are rarely seen and are compared to a very dull dog. They take pleasure in taking about their own interests. Next, the elderly men. The elderly man is always seated in a corner. They talk, and their talk will be all about trains, their history, their quality, their destiny, their timings. Some men talk about their acquaintances, violins, or about roses, etc. So these are all the different caricatures which Priestley has mentioned in his essay Travel by Train. So you have to write all that for the essay type of question for 10 marks for question number 5. Then moving on to B. How does Steve Jobs justify the statement stay hungry, stay foolish? So again, this is a wonderful essay called Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish, written by Steve Jobs. Again, this is an essay type of question for 10 marks. So what is the answer for this particular question? That is, how does Steve Jobs justify the statement stay hungry, stay foolish? Answer. You can write like stay hungry, stay foolish is a wonderful essay written by Steve Jobs. It was Steve Jobs' ending comment in the Stanford commencement in 2005, and he mentioned stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry means never be satisfied and always push yourself. Stay foolish means to keep willing to try the things people say cannot be done. So always, you must be ready to take up any risk. So stay hungry means to gain knowledge. Stay foolish means you must be ready to take risk and come forward in life. That is what he meant by Steve Jobs meant by stay hungry, stay foolish in this essay called Stay Hungry, Stay Foolish. So when he was addressing, see that it was Steve Jobs' ending comment in the Stanford commencement in 2005, and he mentioned stay hungry, stay foolish. Stay hungry means never be satisfied and always push yourself. Stay foolish means to keep willing to try the things people say cannot be done. So there is nothing like impossible. So he says, when I was 17, I read the quote, if you live each day as if it was your last, someday you will most certainly be right. It made an impression on me, and since then, for the past 33 years, I have looked in the mirror every morning and asked myself, if today were the last day of my life, would I want to do what I am about to do today? And whenever the answer has been no for too many days in a row, I know I need to change something. There is no reason not to follow your heart. About a year ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. I had a scan at 7:30 in the morning and it clearly showed a tumor on my pancreas. I did not even know what a pancreas was. The doctors told me this was almost certainly a type of cancer that was incurable and that I should expect to live no longer than 3 to 6 months. The doctor advised me to go home and get my affairs in order, which is doctor's code for prepare to die. It means to try to tell your kids everything you thought you would have the next 10 years to tell them in just a few months. It means to make sure everything is buttoned up so that it will be as easy as possible. For your family, it means say your goodbye. So this is how you have to write the essay type of question. So as I said, maintain 3 very important key elements in your essay. Essay, that is the introduction, the body or the content of that story or essay, as well the conclusion. End it up with a good conclusion. When I was young, there was an amazing publication called the Whole Earth Catalog, which was one of the Bibles of my generation. It was created by a fellow named Stuart Brand, not far from here in Menlo Park, and he brought it to life with his poetic touch. This was in the late 1960s, before personal computers and desktop publishing, so it was all made with typewriters, scissors and Polaroid cameras. It was sort of like Google in paperback form 35 years before Google came along. It was idealistic and overflowing with neat tools and great notions. Stewart and his team put out several issues of the whole Earth catalog, and then when it had run its course, they put out a final issue. It was the mid 1970s, and I was your age. On the back cover of their final issue was a photograph of an early morning country road, the kind you might find yourself hitchhiking on if you were so adventurous. Beneath it were the words, "Stay hungry, stay foolish." It was their farewell message as they signed off. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and I have always wished that for myself. So, this is how he relates the quote, "Stay hungry, stay foolish," in this essay. So, this is how you're supposed to write about the essay, which is for 10 marks. Let me move on to the next very important part of your question paper, that is question number 6. From question number 6 to 9 is the language component. Which is for 20 marks. So even this is a very big number and very important part of your question number 6 to 9, that is 6, 7, 8 and 9. 4 very important questions of your question paper, which is nothing but the language components. As you all know, the 4 language components what you have for your first semester BCom English, that is the punctuation, the articles, the prepositions, as well the subject-verb agreement. So let me move on to the 6th part of your question paper, that is language component, that is punctuate the following sentences, and this punctuation is for 5 marks. So this is for 5 marks. So total all the 4 language components that you have for your syllabus, that is punctuation, articles, prepositions, as well the subject-verb agreement, is for 5 marks each. Each language component is for 5 marks. So total marks for your language component is 20 marks. So let me move on to the question number 6, the first language component, that is punctuation. So sentences are given and you have to punctuate them accordingly. So punctuate the following. A. I bought pens, pencils and erasers for the students. Answer for this is I bought pens, pencils and erasers for the students, full stop. For the first language component, that is punctuation, A, that is question number A, I bought pens, pencils and erasers for the students. So you need to apply the correct punctuation mark, that is the symbols for the sentence to make it complete. So answer is I bought pens, pencils, and erasers for the students, full stop. B. Are you ready to take the test? Answer for this, are you ready to take the test? Question mark. Next sentence for punctuation. Are you ready to take the test? Question mark. C. Oh, I lost my watch. Answer. Oh, exclamatory mark. I lost my watch. Full stop. So B. Are you ready to take the test? Answer. Are you ready to take the test? Question mark. C. Oh, I lost my watch. Answer for that. Oh, that is, it's an exclamatory, surprise. Oh, I lost my watch. Full stop. D. We haven't completed the work. Answer. We haven't, put an inverted comma, haven't, have not completed, actually it is. So when you don't write complete have not, haven't is correct. So at that point of time, you put a inverted comma, one single inverted comma. So I haven't completed the work. E. Question. Ravi's father is the mayor of the town. Ravi's father is the mayor of the town. So here, what is the punctuation mark you have applied? We haven't completed here. You have applied single inverted comma. Ravi's father is the mayor of the town. Answer. Ravi's. So again, in that is apostrophe, yes, you have put apostrophe. Haven't. Ravi's father is the mayor of the town. Next question is, that is about punctuation. Now, question number 7 is from articles. Fill in the blanks with appropriate articles again, which is for 5 marks. A. Dash Ganges is a holy river in India. Answer. Which is the right article? As we know, there are 3 very important definite and indefinite articles, that is the, a and an. So, the Ganges is the right answer. The Ganges is a holy river in India. B. The Jupiter is dash largest planet. Answer. The Jupiter is the largest planet. C. She went to Germany dash year ago to work as a nurse. So, what is the article? A. So, answer is A. She went to Germany a year ago to work as a nurse. D. They went to buy dash yard of cable. Answer. A. They went to buy a yard of cable. So, 5 sentences for articles. 5 sentences for punctuation, 5 marks. 5 sentences for articles, 5 marks. So, language component is very important part of your question paper where you can score full marks, but at the same time, even a small mistake will make you lose marks. So, be very careful. I told you, have a double check when you write the particularly the language component from question number 6 to 9. So, let me move on to the next language component, that is prepositions. Article, that is sentence number D. They went to buy dash yard of cable. That is, they went to buy a yard of cable. Next, E. His father works in dash university. Answer. A. His father works in a university. So, what is the article? You have to add a university. Here, they went to buy a is the article. Let me move on to the question number 8, which is about appropriate prepositions. That is, fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions, which is for 5 marks. Here you can make out which is for 5 marks. So, sentence number 1, that is A. The bus leaves dash 5 a.m. every day. So, what is the correct preposition? You have to fill in the blank. Answer. At. The bus leaves at 5 a.m. every day. Next, B. They will arrive dash Sunday. Answer is on. They will arrive on Sunday. They will arrive. So, what is the right preposition? On Sunday. C. Do not lie dash your parents. Answer. To your parents. So, what is the right preposition? Do not lie to your parents. So, preposition B. They will arrive on Sunday. They will arrive on Sunday. C. Do not lie to your parents. To your parents. D. He did not agree dash his colleagues. Answer. With. He did not agree with his colleagues. That is the right preposition. He did not agree with his colleagues. Next. The boys dived dash the river. Answer. The boys dived into the river. Into the river. So, that is all about question number 8. Now, let us move on to the last but one part of your question paper, that is language component subject-verb agreement. Question number 9. Choose the correct form of the verb given in the brackets. It is for 5 marks again. So, the right answer is given in the bracket. 2 answers are given. You have to choose the right one. For sentence number 1, I dashed to him yesterday. Speak or spoke. So, what is the right answer? I dashed to him yesterday. I spoke is the answer. I spoke to him yesterday. I spoke to him yesterday. Then, one of the officers dash on leave. Is or are. Answer is, one of the officers is on leave. Is on leave. C. He cannot dash this work. Do or did. Answer. Do. He cannot do this work. Then, D. She often dash after lunch. Is it rest or rest? Answer, the right answer is rests. She often rests after lunch. E. He dash won many prizes. Has or have, which is the right answer, which is the right subject verb. Has. He has won many prizes. So this is the language component. So let me once again explain about language component, that is punctuate the following. I bought pen, pencils and erasers for the students. Answer, I bought pens, comma, pencils and erasers for the students, full stop. Are you ready to take the test? Answer, are you ready to take the test? Question mark. C. Oh, I lost my watch. Answer, oh, exclamatory mark, I lost my watch. D. We haven't completed the work. Answer, we haven't, that is apostrophe T, that is a single inverted comma. Then completed the work. We haven't completed the work. Then Ravi's father is the mayor of the town. Ravi's, see apostrophe, yes, you have to put one apostrophe here. Father is the mayor of the town. Fill in the blanks with appropriate articles. Dash Ganges is a holy river in India. The Ganges is a holy river in India. B. The Jupiter is the largest planet. Answer, the Jupiter is the largest planet. C. She went to Germany dash year ago to work as a nurse. She went to Germany a year ago to work as a nurse. They went to buy dash yard of cable. Answer A. They went to buy a yard of cable. E. His father works in dash university. His father works in a university. Question number 8. Fill in the blanks with appropriate prepositions for 5 marks. The bus leaves dash 5 a.m. every day. At, the bus leaves at 5 a.m. every day. They will arrive dash Sunday. Answer, on. They will arrive on Sunday. C. Do not lie dash your parents. Do not lie to your parents. Answer is to your parents, preposition. D. He did not agree dash his colleagues. Answer, with. The preposition is with. He did not agree with his colleagues. E. The boys dived the river. The boys dived into the river. Question number 9. Choose the correct form of the verb given in the brackets. I dashed to him yesterday. Speak or spoke? Spoke. I spoke to him yesterday. One of the officers dash on leave. Is or are? Is. One of the officers is on leave. Next. He cannot dash this work. Do or did? Do. He cannot do this work is the right preposition. Then she often dash after lunch. Rest or rests? She often rests after lunch. Then E. He dash won many prizes. Has or have? Has. He has won many prizes. Hope you all have understood this model paper, question paper for first sem BCom English students, that is Harmony 1. The semester end examination pattern of question paper I have discussed in this particular 2 sessions, session 1 as well session 2. So kindly follow the pattern of this question paper before you go for your examination, so that you will have an idea as to what will be the pattern of question paper for your first sem BCom English semester end examination. So I have tried my best to explain in this session 1 and session 2, that is first semester BCom, that is November-December 2024 model question paper for first sem BCom English students. Thank you.